1 million Kenya shillings saved over a period of 3 years. That is about 35,000 per month. Meet Wanjiku, a 29-year-old earning 180,000 and putting aside 35,000 per month. That's about 19%. But she does not see the growth of her money, neither valuable returns. And here is why. She has invested 400,000 in a savings account at 3.2% per annum, 600,000 in a standard money market fund at 9.5% per annum. On average, that is about 6% per annum, which means ideally her money is not working for her, it is just losing value. And in today's episode, we are going to analyze her portfolio and come up with a solution for her that will help her money work for her and that will align with her financial goals so that she can now start seeing progress towards her goals. So her main goal is to buy land or property in 3 to 5 years, which requires a significant amount of money, and that is what she has been working hard to achieve, but clearly it has not worked. So let's do the makeover with you, and you let me know in the comment section whether you're in the same scenario as Wanjiku. Hello good people, hope you're doing well. Jacie is my name and this is the Money and Growth Circle, where we are working towards financial peace and ultimately financial freedom. If this is your kind of content, kindly consider subscribing and turn on the notification bell so that you're notified every time we have a new upload. Let's get to the video. So what were Wanjiku's biggest challenges? 1, she didn't analyze how her money was growing. She didn't even track whether her money was actually growing and was aligning with the goals that she had. She was risk averse clearly because her investments are just low risk investments and she lacked diversification. So what were the numbers? In the money market fund, she had put 600,000 at an interest rate of 9.5%. After withholding tax, it comes to about 48,450. When it comes to the 400,000 in a savings account at 3.2%, gives a 12,800 return. In total, from her 1 million, she is making only 61,250, which is about 6% return. That is, number 1, below the market rate for such an amount of money, and number 2, it is below inflation. So ideally, her money was not working for her. For Wanjiku, before putting her money in a money market fund, she needed to ask herself a few questions. What is my financial goal? When will I need this money? How much risk am I comfortable taking? Am I building a diversified portfolio? This is the question everybody should be asking themselves as they start their investment journey. So if you'd like guidance, you can always reach out. The link to book a session is down below. And remember, this does not amount to financial advice. It is guidance. And then before you make the final decision, you get to understand where you're putting in your money and you understand the risk involved, returns and the charges, and everything else you need to understand about the specific investment before you put your money in it. We rebuild her portfolio to align with her goals. Some money in a money market fund, which is giving better returns. For medium-term goals, we are going to put some money in special funds and rates. For long-term wealth and growth, we are going to put the funds in the stock market and ETFs. And also, she has to stay invested and avoid switching all the time. And the most important agreement we made is that she will have to review her portfolio every quarter. She will always come back and we can re-strategize. So how did we allocate the 1.2 million? 300,000 to a money market fund, 250 to a special fund, 150 to stocks. And if you missed our previous video, I shared the 8 stocks that you can consider that have shown growth in terms of capital gains, and they also form a source of dividend income. We put 300,000 in rates, 200,000 in either balance fund, fixed income fund, or equity fund. This week we are taking stock of analyzing the idle cash. Log in into your mobile app where you put your money, your bank, or other apps where you could have funds, and just assess whether they are making money for you or they are just sitting there idle. Also look at the investments that you have considered and ask yourself, does it align with my financial goals? Did I invest because of FOMO, that is fear of missing out? Did I invest because it was well advertised? Did I invest because it was hyped? My neighbor, my family member has invested in it, and basically I don't even understand the risk involved and actually what I want to achieve from investing that particular investment. Let me know in the comments section, do you have such a scenario in one or perhaps all your investments? Of course, if you analyze and you need guidance, you can always reach out. Remember, the highest returns does not always guarantee building the most wealth. The best investment is the one that helps you achieve your financial goals while matching your risk tolerance and your time horizon. If you would like a makeover, use the link down below to book a session, and we'll help you out by having a personalized investment strategy that aligns with your financial goals, risk appetite, and time horizon. Don't chase yields, build a strategy, and you will have yourself to thank later. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing. If you're returning, thank you so much for always coming back to watch our videos. See you on the next one. Bye.